Welcome back to another Sports Block broadcast. I'm here with my partner,
Harrison Eaton.
And I'm Charlie Reeder. We're coming at you with soccer tonight between the Middle Creek Mustangs taking on the Corinth Holders Pirates. These two teams just had a battle last week at Corinth where Middle Creek came out with a 5-0 victory, and they will be battling it out again tonight in a back-to-back matchup just from last week. Middle Creek is 1-0-2 on the season, 1 win and 2 draws, while Corinth Holders is 3-3. Corinth started the season pretty well, but have been struggling since, especially against their game at Middle Creek. And these will be some of the last games before conference play heading into the season.
Yeah, like you said, Middle Creek victorious in their last matchup against Corinth Holders last week. Two players to watch out for in this matchup. On Middle Creek side, number 12, Chris Williams. He's having an outstanding season in 3 games. Here he has 3 goals and 3 assists. And on the Corinth Holders side, they got Christian Alvarez, as he has 5 goals and 5 assists in the team's, 6 games. Like you said, they were shut out in their last matchup, so the 10 points in essentially 5 games is just as impressive.
Definitely. This is one of the strongest Middle Creek teams we've seen in recent history, already up to 41st in the state and already ranked on high school OT, which is something they haven't seen in a while. Still undefeated on the season, as new head coach Seal Norsey has just brought the team into a very good forecast heading into conference play and throughout this season.
Yeah, just like you were saying, this team seems to be a little bit different than past recent Middle Creek teams, as they look to, as the new head coach coming from out of the country actually, they look like they're a different team and they want to win this year.
Most definitely. So the Pirates of Corinth Holders will begin the game, taking the kickoff as they head into Apex tonight looking for a win.
Yeah, this game moved up. Originally it was supposed to be played after the JV game, but due to the incoming weather heading our way, they moved the varsity game up to 4:30 and canceled the JV game, and Middle Creek's JV football team will play right after this. Sadly, we will not be broadcasting that, but
so we head into our final moments before kickoff. Middle Creek looking to extend their undefeated season. They've seen some heartbreak this year in their 2 ties against Broughton and Millbrook, especially the Millbrook game with the 1-1 tie as we head into kickoff. Stolen away by Christian Mendiola from Middle Creek. He moves it to Jack Moncrief from the left-hand side. Middle Creek has played a lot more passive this year. You're going to see a lot more passing and slow play from them. They showed that brilliantly in the last win against Corinth Holders. Battle between Jack Moncrief as he goes over a nice 1-2, and offsides will be called. A good give and go by Jack Moncrief and Chris Williams to start off this game.
yeah, Moncrief in their last matchup against Corinth Holders contributed to the team's win and 2 assists in that win. Sophomore, one of the young talents that this Middle Creek team has, and should be exciting to see what he does this game and for the season to come.
Ball is lost as Middle Creek will drop back. It's given back to Wyatt Westover, the starting keeper for the Mustangs, the junior.
Yeah, Westover playing at the JV level last season. He's a transfer in from Fuquay from last year.
Williams looked like he may have been fouled in the box, won't be called, and a throw-in will go Middle Creek's way. A really good pass from Westover, got it all the way up to the field to Williams. Hospers to Mendiola. Now Ivan Sanchez tried to get it over to Jordan Green, but it will be out for a goal kick. You see a lot of seniors in this Middle Creek starting lineup, more seniors than we've ever seen before. You just look on the field and you see Chris Williams, Jordan Green, Christian Mendiola, Jack Hospers, Ivan Sanchez, Josh France, you name them all. There are 8 starters that are seniors in the starting lineup. So you see a very veteran-type squad, which is just going to lead to a lot more experience, and just that's going to lead to more better decisions on the field.
Yeah, like you were saying with the 8 starters, the 2 that you got to watch out for and that they've been consistent all year and all through their playing career with Jack Hospers and Ivan Sanchez. They lead this Middle Creek squad without a doubt. They're Chris Williams along with that, but you should expect this season with firepower of those three.
Definitely. As the ball is lost by the keeper, and a foul will be called on Jack Moncrief. Was trying to get the ball away from Jimmy Phillips, the goalkeeper for Corinth. Phillips was unsuccessful in his attempt to shut out the Mustangs last week. Put up a fight, but Middle Creek did a very good job just getting through that Corinth defense through their passing that we were just talking about. Here's Christian Alvarez up the field, the most impactful player on this Corinth team. And a very good pace of passing gets Middle Creek out of the zone. Jack Moncrief, the only sophomore on the field, switches over to Josh Lauer. Jordan Green to Sanchez and now to Mendiola. Hospers has space in the middle of the field, and Middle Creek does a good job switching it to the left-hand side. Chris Williams makes a nice touch on the ball, going up against Tyler Young. Tyler Young will get the tackle. Good movement here from Corinth, as it's cut off from Anthony Castaneda.
Now, we do apologize in advance. We are sorry that you do not have your time clock on your screen, whichever screen you are watching on right now, but to keep you up to date, we will do our best. Currently, there's 35 and a half seconds left. Excuse me, 35 minutes and a half, 30 seconds left in this first half of the ball game.
Yeah, we will be playing two 40-minute halves at this level for varsity, so we will do our best to keep you updated with that. For those of you joining in, still 0-0 game. Middle Creek's been holding most of the possession, but trying to play really safe. Coach Norsey's one of his main goals for this team has just been possession of the ball, playing it safe, and not really pushing up the field too quick. Good tackle from Ivan Sanchez, and he moves it over to Moncrief in the middle of the field. A run comes from Chris Williams, but it's cut off by Carter Stoke. Sanchez drops it back to Lauer. Jordan Green moves it up to Jack Hospers on the right-hand side. He's got two on him. Puts it into Green. Green with the cross into Moncrief. He gets ahead on it, but just wide as it's picked up by Jimmy Phillips. Phillips boots it out to really no one. Middle Creek already has possession in Corinth territory. Christian Mendiola now with the ball in the middle of the field. Tries to make a cut, but it will be out of bounds. Corinth really hasn't had too much possession of the ball on the other side of Middle Creek territory. It's one thing they've struggled at. Just seems like it's always going backwards for them. Here's Williams. Sanchez is making around on the right-hand side, and he sees that. Great move by Ivan Sanchez. Gets it over to Jordan Green. He's going to try to put it across. He does. Moncrief's there at the back post, but it's headed away. Good tackle from Mancetti. Moves it over to Mendiola. Over to Jack Hospers. He's going to take a go, and it's just wide. A really nice go from Jack Hospers there, trying to keep it low. Did a very, very good job there, but just wide out of Phillips's range.
Now for this Corinth Holders team, they do have both leading goal scorers from last year's returning in Alvarez, and I believe it is, excuse me, Zavaleta coming back. They both had 7 goals last season. With Alvarez, 20 goals in his career. Without a doubt, this Corinth team is dangerous. Discounting the fact that they did lose 5-0 last week to the Mustangs, this team is dangerous, none of doubt, and Mustangs should not take this game very light.
Possession will still stick with Corinth on the far side of the field. And Ivan does a very good job heading that one away. Good tackle by Josh France, but still in possession of Zavaleta. A good through ball there, but Josh Lauer's going to have possession of it, and we'll drop it back to Wyatt Westover. Good kick there from Westover, and Chris is going to try to make a run on it, going up against Tyler Young. Chris looks to be fouled, but no call will be given as it's cleared by Jermonski. Mendiola's got a man on him, but it's a good 1-2 between Chris Williams and Jack Moncrief. Moncrief makes the run. He's on the left-hand side. Tried to find someone in the box, but no one was there to answer.
Yeah, tough play by Moncrief, off foot. It was difficult to get it crossed in the box, but it was a good attempt nonetheless by Moncrief.
Definitely. The 1-2's cut off by France, but he loses it as it's taken back by Hospers. Williams has a lot of open space. He moves it over to Ivan Sanchez. Sanchez puts it across to the back post. Moncrief isn't the Garrett there. We welcome our third member of the Sports Block audience, or not audience, of the team tonight, John Kaprevich.
Hello.
Nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Still a 0-0 game between Corinth and Middle Creek as we have 30 minutes left in this first half. Middle Creek in the bright red against a Corinth white. The second matchup between these two teams this year. Middle Creek was able to come out with the win in the first one, 5-0. It's a good 1-2, and Hospers takes a go just over the net, but that is a very good play there, as we will have a substitution from Middle Creek.
As we do have a break in the action, I'd like to read some sponsors. A team of board-certified physicians and physical therapists ready to get you back on your feet and in the game. Carey Orthopedics. We are experts in motion. Cosmetic procedures, general dentistry, and a variety of services. Dr. Bell and Dr. Franklin look forward to meeting you at Signature Family Dentistry. From oil changes to engine replacement, they fix all makes and models. Christian Brothers Automotive.
Thank you, Harrison. Was the first substitution of the game there, as Chris Williams did come off for freshman Cullen Price, who we'll be seeing in number 24. So our first freshman on the field tonight. He's going to be playing up top. Mendiola moves it over to Moncrief on the left-hand side. He tries to take a go, but it's going to be blocked by Jermonski. Little confusion there, but Jimmy Phillips clears it. Middle Creek has had possession of the ball for pretty much the past 5 minutes. And here's Moncrief. A good touch around the defender, and he's got a good break here. Moncrief takes a cut on the inside, gives it over to Hospers. He goes to the right. He's using his time. He's got Green behind him. He drops it off to Green, and just over the crossbar.
Yeah, Middle Creek with multiple shots at net tonight. I'm not keeping track, but it sounds right, about 4. Haven't yet to have a shot on goal, but they're getting the offensive production that they need so far tonight.
Definitely, as we see the reverse of the original substitution. Colin Price coming off as Chris Williams makes his way back on the game. Coach Norsey was definitely giving him some tips to improve his game on the bench there, as we haven't seen too much talking from him. And here's a break here by Jack Moncrief. And what a save there by Jimmy Phillips.
Great offensive play by Middle Creek right there. Great setup. Just the goalie got to them.
A Looked like Moncrief was trying to go for the 5-hole, but just couldn't convert it. Here's another substitution for Middle Creek. Garen Walker will be heading on the field. Number 16, Garen Walker, and number 10, Christian Mendiola will be coming off. Mendiola, a 4-year varsity player. As Middle Creek has possession again. Garen Walker with his first touch of the game. Tucker and Seti tries to go through to Chris Williams, but it will be a throw-in down in the left-hand corner. Around 27 minutes left in this half for those of you watching at home. Josh France in the middle of the field. Tries to get it through to Ivan Sanchez. He will keep it in, but never mind. It will be a goal kick for the Pirates. Looks like Michael Edge will be taking the goal kick here. The junior from Corinth. He was looking for Christian Alvarez, but will lose possession of the ball. Here's Jack Hospers. Tried to fit it through to Chris Williams. Wasn't able to convert, but he gets his possession back.
Great job by Middle Creek getting the ball back on that offensive play.
A nice give and go between Josh France, Jack Hospers, and Garen Walker. As France loses possession of the ball. Christian Alvarez going up against 4 Middle Creek defenders, and he loses that quickly. A little bit of sloppy play from both of these teams. No one is able to just get some complete passes here as Ivan Sanchez has it, and it will be Corinth possession. Good opportunity there for Corinth, but it's cut off, and here's Jordan Green. He's attempting to go through to Chris Williams, just too far out. But a bad touch, and Chris Williams almost has a good go, but it's taken by Phillips.
Middle Creek was so close there, getting their first goal of the game. Had great dribbling and great opportunity to get a point up on the board.
Didn't take long for the Mustangs to get the ball back. They will lose it again. Josh France can't beat out the battle of the ball from Christian Alvarez. He's looking for a foul, but it will be a corner kick given to Corinth, and this is definitely their best opportunity of the game.
Yeah, definitely. With all the opportunities that Middle Creek has gotten, their fast play so far, that was almost unexpected by them. The amount of opportunities they've had to put the ball in the net or at least get a shot on goal. Corinth is doing a great job of pushing the ball to the outside, keeping Phillips, limiting his work ethic, or his ability to do the work tonight, and making his job a little bit easier.
The corner reaches over everyone. Now Joseph Norman has possession, but it's taken by Garen Walker. A really good tackle by Garen. Middle Creek back with the ball. Most of their team on their own side of the field. And it will be kicked out. Middle Creek trying to have a fast pace of play, but there will be a substitution as junior Tyler Koviak will be replacing Jordan Green. So number 7, Tyler Koviak, will be playing on that right wing, right mid side of the field.
Yeah, Koviak, a junior, like you said, he did have a goal in their tie against one of the best teams in the state in Broughton. Looks like he's a good offensive weapon as he just scored for the Mustangs. Great job by Tyler Koviak to a pass from Ivan and sets up the Middle Creek with 1-0 lead.
And that did not take long. He is probably on the field for a good 15, 20 seconds. And what a job by Tyler Koviak and the Middle Creek team to get on the board with 22.5 minutes remaining in this first half. So they make it 1-0. Definitely a confidence booster there for Middle Creek, getting their first goal of the game. Probably wanted it a little faster, but definitely is good to get a score in the first half, especially with so much time left. They know they could have, they expressed they could have beaten Corinth by more in the last game. So they were hoping to do that tonight, and they still are. No goal here. It's just the start of that. Josh France, simple pass to Ivan Sanchez. And now to Chris Williams. Mustangs have had a lot of time in the middle of the field, a lot of time for passing and possession. Here's Jack Hospers. Can't get it through to Tyler Koviak as it's cut off. And right back to Hospers. Garen Walker in the middle of the field. Good cut. As he puts it over to Chris Williams. And Williams over to Walker. He has space. Walker takes it on his left, tries to get over to Williams, but an unsuccessful pass leads in the hands of Phillips. The punt goes right back to Middle Creek and Josh France. That's where the ball's been most of this game, just centered around the middle of the field. Here's Tucker and Seti. Good give and go with Garen Walker. And Jack, what a pass over to Jack Moncrief. And now Chris Williams has it in the box. Tries to make a touch, but it's taken away.
Great passing game by Middle Creek down by the goal line.
And it will be a throw-in in favor of the Mustangs. In very good territory here. Hospers. Good cut to get the ball away from the defender. Now France has space. Fakes the shot. Tries to get it over to Sanchez with a through ball, but it will be a goal kick. We haven't seen too many deep shots from the Mustangs tonight. They've definitely had the opportunity to do so, but they've tried to play a lot more passive with some passing. So we have another substitution here. Junior Zach Chaplin will be coming on in the left wing position for Jack Moncrief. Great header by Garen Walker. He gets the ball back. Tries to put it through to Tyler Koviak, but a lot of the through balls have been unsuccessful tonight for Middle Creek.
And the Mustangs are having great job with clearing the ball, just that the Mustangs are having trouble getting to the ball, into the goal at the right time.
It's lost by Walker, but it makes it back to Ansetti. Substitution for Corinth. As number 15, Tyler Young, will be taken off the field. And Ryan Germanowski will be coming on. Good pressure from Chaplin. And it leads to a turnover. Back and forth from both teams. Sincetti does a really good job. Still will be Corinth ball. Zavaleta on the throw-in. Here's Christian Alvarez. You always got to watch out for him. You never know what will be coming from him. Here comes the cross. And a good job by Wyatt. That's the first test we've seen tonight from him.
And definitely great save by the Mustangs goalie.
With Corinth not getting the amount of offensive possessions that they would like in this game, they need to take advantage of those opportunities. A great shot, but great save by the junior goalie in Westover. But they're going to need to take advantage of their offensive possessions because as of now, Middle Creek is dominating their time of possession in this ballgame.
Good turn by Chris Williams. He's got a run from Tyler on the right, and he sees that. Tyler Koviak on the right-hand side. A good low cross, but Guerin just couldn't get on it as it's taken away by Carter Stoke. And it's cleared by Jermonski. And Setti to Chaplin. Good turn by Chaplin, keeps it in. Slip from Mancetti, but he gets right back up. And here's Zavaleta. A good pass there to Chris Williams. He makes a great turn, and he's going headed for the box. He gets on the inside, and it's cleared by Corinth. A good show of defense there from the Pirates to clear that ball, as you never know with the pace of Chris Williams what's going to be coming from him.
He definitely had great handling and dribbling of the ball there.
.16 minutes left in this half for those of you watching at home. Middle Creek leads 1-0. A goal from the substitute Tyler Koviak right as he got on has led the Mustangs to their 1-0 lead. A good give and go from Corinth. Will be a throw-in for the Mustangs, as Zavaleta was trying to get on that right-hand side, but was unsuccessful. Another substitution from Middle Creek, as Jack Moncrief will be replacing Jack Hospers. Chris Williams calling for a deep ball. Josh Lauer tries to go for it, but it's just out of his reach. And back to the Corinth defense. Joseph Norman's not able to come away with that one. Captain Josh France is fouled. Will be Middle Creek ball. Tyler Koviak tried to get it through to Zach Chaplin, but he just couldn't get there. Seeing lately, Middle Creek is just trying to go for more of a through ball, longer pass type of game. It hasn't been too successful. They had a lot more opportunities in the first 10 minutes with a very simple possession style of gameplay. Here's Garen Walker. Moves it to Jack Moncrief and now to Chris Williams. Back to Moncrief. Moncrief takes a go. It will be a goal kick. Moncrief drops it back to Wyatt Westover. And now over to Castaneda. Back to Moncrief. Moncrief tried to get it over to Ivan Sanchez, but it's just too much and out of bounds. possession from Corinth doesn't last long as Sanchez. Good give and go from Moncrief and Koviak. And Moncrief switches the field to Chaplin. Chaplin with a good touch. He's unable to get it to Williams. Josh France to Williams, back to France, and another attempted through ball goes into the hands of Jimmy Phillips. He's touched this ball more than anyone else tonight. And his punts have just been seemingly going right back to Middle Creek every time as Jack Moncrief makes a move on the right-hand side. He's got 2 defenders on him and drops back to Tyler Koviak. A good hezzy there. And it's a give and go, but him and Garen Walker. He takes a go with his left foot, and it's just wide. A good go there from Garen Walker.
Middle Creek, you can go.
He'll be coming off the field now for senior Matthew Cheka, number 5.
Middle Creek seems to be getting good offensive possessions over on that right wing as they moved Moncrief over there from coming off the bench after he got subbed out from Chaplin. And Koviak over there being a goal scorer in this game.
Chris Williams now in the box, is back to the defense. He takes a go, and that one is fired into the back of the net. A beautiful strike there from Chris Williams makes it 2-0, and he did a really good job putting his back to the defense, made a great turn to his left, and then takes a great strike into the top left-hand corner. 2-0 Middle Creek.
And definitely had some white jerseys in the area of the goal line, but was definitely able to make it in to the goal. Great job. Great offensive play.
Chris Williams with his 4th goal of the season. He deserved that goal, I'd say. He's been one of the hardest workers on this Middle Creek team so far in this game. He's gotten a ton of touches on offense, just unable to produce a goal, but good for him that he can put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, definitely his 7th point of the season. Leads this Middle Creek team by far. He has just been phenomenal up top for the Mustangs heading into conference play, and he's just gaining more and more confidence. Scrappy play up there as Jack Moncrief chatting it up with some of the Corinth midfielders, but it will be possession for the Mustangs.
As we do have a stoppage in play for our sponsors, once again. A broad team of certified physicians and physical therapists ready to get you back on your feet and back in the game. Carey Orthopedics. We are experts in motion. Cosmetic procedures, general dentistry, and a variety of services. Dr. Bell and Dr. Franklin look forward to meeting you at Signature Family Dentistry. From oil changes to engine replacement, they fix all makes and models. Christian's Brothers Automotive.
Thank you for that, Harrison. And for those of you watching at home, we're heading into our final 10 minutes of the first half. And those of you joining in, Middle Creek leads 2-0 goals from Tyler Koviak and Chris Williams. Battle for the ball in the midfield ends with ball to Tyler Koviak. He moves it over to Matthew Cheka. Cheka on the right-hand side makes a good cut. And he drops it back to Ivan Sanchez. Sanchez puts in a great cross to Chaplin to the back post, but it's a good tip from Jimmy Phillips. Mustangs still with the ball. Chaplin quick into Williams. He makes a great cut. And Chaplin holds it off, and it's going to be a corner kick. He will be the one taking the corner. In the box for Middle Creek is Chris Williams and Jack Moncrief, and Cheka out on the 18-yard box. It's right into Moncrief, and the ball's going to end up in the back of the net. A little bit of a scrappy play. Jack Moncrief with the last touch in that might have bounced between some Corinth midfielder or defenders too.
And the goalie didn't even realize that the ball was even in the goal.
Jack Moncrief will be credited with the goal there off the corner kick. So after a good cross from Chaplin, it just kind of bounced around a little bit, and Moncrief on the end of it. And 3-0 Middle Creek.
Yeah, just as you were saying, John, goalie didn't realize it was back in the net. I don't think we did either until there was a reaction by the Middle Creek team. That was Jack Moncrief with his 3rd point of the season, first goal of his sophomore campaign. Another one of the young talents that Middle Creek has, and Middle Creek takes the lead at 3-0.
Yeah, Moncrief definitely a guy to look over and watch out for over the next 3 years. Had very good job for the JV team last year, and no hesitation moving up to this varsity squad. With 9 minutes left in this half, 3-0 Middle Creek. Castaneda puts it away, and now Middle Creek back with possession. Corinth has really struggled passing tonight, and that's a great example there. As it has just made this game look really easy for Middle Creek. Shaking now with the ball in the middle of the field. He's going to lose it to Michael Edge. Finally a good show from Corinth, but they lose it quickly. A good through ball there by Germanowski, but Middle Creek back with possession. Shake up to Chaplin. Chaplin tried to get it back in the middle of the field, but it's going to be Middle Creek throwing. Main ref guarantees it. Chaplin with a great throw-in. Right to Williams in the box, and he just can't get it by Phillips. And you can see there a great throw-in from Zach Chaplin, and he has been known for that over his tenure at Middle Creek. Even as a freshman, he started for varsity, and he would always come in those late game situations for his throw-ins because he can throw it farther than anyone I've ever seen. From the side of the field to the middle of the box. He's also shown really good composure on these corner kicks, as we'll see from him again. Last one resulted in a goal for Middle Creek.
Yeah, he was credited with the assist for Moncrief in the Middle Creek's 3rd goal.
So that one almost curves in the net off the shot. But it will be another corner kick. This one going to be taken by Ivan Sanchez.
Middle Creek potentially, as it looks like on the sideline, making a big group substitution as the players begin to take on their jerseys and start to head into the ball game in the closing minutes of this first half. With 7 minutes remaining, the Middle Creek Mustangs up 3-0 over the Corinth Holders.
Yeah, we will see a substitution here. We will see a lot of players coming on the field. Jackson Klein, Darius McKenzie, Colin Price, Kevin Ortega, Kyle Mitchell, and Jackson Cornelison. Coming off for Castaneda, Sanchez, Koviak, France, Moncrief, and Williams. So a 5-for-5 substitution there for Middle Creek for these final 6.5 minutes of the half. Trying to get some of those players that are full of energy and ready to go. And Middle Creek also has a 3-0 lead, so they don't have to worry too much about Corinth getting back in this game, but their bench is really strong, so I don't think Coach is going to have to worry about that in any way, shape, or form. And a good start already, as McKenzie has a good chance, and the shot is just wide there.
Well, they definitely had a great chance of getting a goal there. Just the Middle Creek man up front by the goal was not there in time to put the ball in the goal.
Yeah, it was a great attempt by Darius McKenzie. His first year playing soccer for Middle Creek. He tried to get the Mustangs to expand their lead at 4-0, and a great attempt nonetheless, and Corinth will take this goal kick.
Two new center backs, or an entire new defense for Middle Creek, as also Ryder Hack's going to be playing at the left back position. So entirely new defense. It's Colin Price gives it to Matthew Cheka, now to Matthew Ganiu. You can expect to see some really good plays from him in the midfield. He can boot him.
Yeah, Matthew Ganiu also in that last group substitution for the Mustangs.
Jackson Klein trying to keep up with Michael Edge. on the left-hand side, and it's going to be taken by Jackson Corneliuson. And a throw in favor of Corinth. It's cleared by Kyle Mitchell. Matthew Chika has it, but a foul will be called on Darius McKenzie. This one going to be around 20 yards out. Looks like Greg Smith will be on this free kick right here. A four-man wall consisting of Matthew Goniu. And here's the kick, and it hits the crossbar, and it is not going to end up in the back of the net. Corneliuson with the clearance.
Wow, what a defensive play by the Mustangs.
There is a little confusion here in the box.
They're talking to Westover. They may have awarded Corinth the goal.
Looks like it's going to be an offsides call.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. That's why Westover will take the ball back to the goal box and take a goal kick for the Mustangs.
And great effort, though, trying to get the ball out of the goal by the Mustangs.
Yeah, after the deflection off the wall, got to a man that was behind all the Middle Creek defenders on the field, resulting in the offsides. But that one was Corinth's best opportunity for a goal here tonight, most definitely.
Yeah, no surprise, but that was led by Christian Alvarez. Looking for a 6th goal in 7 games.
Ricardo Flores loses it, but Ganu saves him. Ryder hack back to Flores. Flores on this left wing. He tries to cut to the inside, doesn't make much of it. And Michael Edge has it in the midfield. Jackson Corneliuson doing a great job dropping back for the ball. 2.5 minutes remaining in this half. Jake has a lot of space in the middle of this field. He's got Flores to his left, Price in the middle, McKenzie on the right. But he's going to decide to just drop it back. Good ball up to Darius McKenzie on the right-hand side. He does a great job keeping it in. He's going up against Greg Smith. And it will be a goal kick. McKenzie frustrated there, but a really good effort shown there from the junior.
As we do have a small break in action, I'd like to read 2 more sponsors for today. What about agriculture? Hop on some rides and enjoy amazing food. The North Carolina State Fair, going from October 17th through October 27th. Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts with Dick's Sporting Goods.
Zavaleta here on the ball. He's got 2 Middle Creek defenders on him. The give and go is unsuccessful. Now Kevin has in the middle field. He beats 2 defenders, and Middle Creek has the numbers here most definitely. Here's Darius McKenzie. He's got the ball on the right-hand side, but a big touch makes its way to Phillips for Corinth.
And too much of a powerful kick the goalie was able to get a hold of the ball.
David Edge drops it back to Michael Edge. The brother duo there for Corinth. Will be a throw-in for the Pirates. Kyle Mitchell doing a good job there defending. Pinned back in his own zone, but he does clear it. And it will be to Zavaleta. Only 30 seconds remaining in this half, as Middle Creek is just trying to avoid giving up a goal. And that is some very successful passing there. Here's Colin Price, and that one's going to go out of bounds. 15 seconds left in the half. Neither team in a scoring position, but Matthew Chaka with a really good takeaway, and Middle Creek has the numbers with only 5 seconds left. And that one's taken away. And we will head into the half. Middle Creek with a 3-0 lead. Goals from Tyler Koviak, Chris Williams, and Jack Moncrief.
Now before we go to halftime break, I'd like to read one more sponsor. Serving athletes throughout the Triangle for more than 30 years, an experienced team of board-certified physicians and physical therapists ready to get you back on your feet and back in the game. Carey Orthopedics, experts in motion.
We will return to you guys for the second half of the sports block. Welcome back to the Sports Block. We are heading into our second half of a very good matchup here between the Middle Creek Mustangs and the Corinth Holders. Middle Creek coming in with a 3-0 lead. Goals from Tyler Koviak, Chris Williams, and Jack Moncrief. They've definitely dominated the possession of this game, probably around a 75 to 25, 70-30 possession levels right now in favor of Middle Creek. They've just done a really good job passing around them, but definitely could have put some more goals on the board.
Yeah, with the second half about to start, I have one last sponsor for a little bit at least. Serving athletes throughout the Triangle for more than 30 years. An experienced team of broad certified physicians and physical therapists ready to get you back on your feet and back in the game. Carey Orthopedics, experts in motion.
Thank you for that, Harrison. We know all of our soccer players need all the help they can get to do with their bodies. They're running more than anyone else on the field. We head into our final 40 minutes of this game. Like I was saying, Middle Creek has just playing extremely well. We saw a good save from goalie Wyatt Westover. A phenomenal goal by Chris Williams. He put one right in the top left-hand side corner. And Tyler Koviak made an immediate impact after a substitution. And just all-around great play. Some great passing between the Jacks, Jack Hospers and Jack Moncrief. And they definitely look to not just win this game, but to build on their lead and make it even stronger. Because they want as much confidence as they can get as they head into the conference play a week from today, as the Mustangs will be hosting South Garner to begin their conference season.
Yeah, I believe the last Sports Block broadcast we did, at least for me, for soccer, was South Garner. Middle Creek was victorious in that one, as South Garner is a brand new school. Be sure to come out and support your Mustangs.
Middle Creek in the red will be going from left to right. Corinth, vice versa, right to left in the white in the second half. Josh France with the ball. Definitely the facilitator of this Middle Creek team, not just on offense, but on defense as well. He kind of connects that defensive line to the attack. He's shown a very good job doing that this year as Middle Creek's captain. A beautiful ball up to Chris Williams as he's making a run on the right-hand side. He's got two defenders on him. He cuts to the inside. He's got a good break. Just tackled away from Tyler Young.
Middle Creek looks to have entered the second half with the same starting 11 that they had entered in to start the game, as they were producers on at least a goal, and most of them were producers on all three.
Jack Hospers with a good takeaway. Colin Price into Chris Williams. He takes a shot, and that's going to be high and wide. We will see a different goalkeeper for Corinth in the second half. Quincy Nansdale, the junior, will be playing in the net for the Pirates. Jimmy Phillips now on the bench. And while they did give up 3 goals, I think we saw some good plays from Jimmy Phillips. A great save on a one-on-one versus Jack Moncrief, and also a really good save against Chris Williams later in the half. So yes, he did give up 3 goals, but I think he showed a lot from Corinth, and something to see for the next 2 years, as he is still an underclassman.
Yeah, without a doubt, Phillips was definitely getting outworked, as he didn't have much help from his defense. Had to put in a lot of effort and was unable to stop 3 Mustang shots. But overall, he had a decent performance.
So they do make Nansdale put on a yellow penny to differentiate from the Middle Creek red. And the play will begin with a goal kick, and Middle Creek already back with possession of the ball. Great passing in a triangle there from Mancetti, Hospers, and Price. Hospers make it a good play there. Moncrief, he's going to take a go, and over the bar. That will be another goal kick. Jack Moncrief, known for those really deep and long shots. He's shown it both at the club and at the school level. So you always got to watch out for him when he's open in the middle of the field. Same with Matthew Gagne. We saw a little bit of him in the first half. He's known for those really long shots. Those Middle Creek midfielders can be really deadly from that range. France with a beautiful header. Middle Creek's heading into the attack now. Moncrief, he's got a run on the right from Sanchez, and he finds that. Sanchez into the offensive zone. He's getting locked down by Edward Feria, the senior. And here's Christian Alvarez, the Pirates' leading scorer with 10 points on the season. Hosper's looking for a foul, and he's going to get it. Castaneda. Now over to Ansetti. Colin Price now at the left wing position. A little bit of change for Middle Creek here in the second half. They're known for that 4-3-2-1 formation. So 4 in the back, you got your 3 center mids, and then the wingers look to be Koviak and Price with Williams up top. And Williams has a very good break here as he beats the defense with the over-the-top through ball, and he's pulled down in the box. And this is going to be a penalty in favor of Middle Creek.
I believe it was inside the box. As you mentioned, Chris Williams will have a penalty kick. Let's see if he can punch the ball in the back of the net. As Chris Williams seems to be confused about something, as the officials will meet and talk about their next decision.
So there was definitely great communication by the Middle Creek offense as the player in the backfield was calling for the ball.
And a free kick will be rewarded right on the 18-yard line. And this is as close as you can get to a goal-scoring opportunity that was not a penalty. Williams definitely disappointed that he's already knocked in 2 penalties this season, showing he's that Middle Creek penalty taker. But stepping over the ball now looks to be Jack Moncrief on the free kick. And he is very close. We know what he can do from this range, as I was just saying. As Castaneda is actually the one over it. Moncrief to the right. And from this close, you got to watch out for anything. We have 8 Pirates in the box. As Castaneda fires the shot right into the net. And what a goal from Anthony Zavala Castaneda on the free kick. And he did not think about any curve. He just pounded that one right into the top right of the box and makes it 4-0 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, 0 reaction by the Pirates goalkeeper. Great job to extend the Mustang lead to 4-0 with 36 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the second half. For those of you just joining us, we do realize that there is no scoreboard on your screen, and we will keep you updated with the time throughout the remainder of this soccer game.
Beautiful strike there from Castaneda as someone on the defensive side of Middle Creek gets on the score sheet. And Middle Creek already back into the offensive attack with Jack Moncrief. He's got Chris Williams with him. Tries to put it through to him, but it's going to be taken by Nansteel. And Nansteel, the keeper for Corinth, really he couldn't do much on a free kick like that. You know, on free kicks you're used to seeing some bend on it, maybe a little right to left action, especially from a righty. But Castaneda just said, nope, we're just going to fire it almost as if it was like a penalty kick. And it wasn't much farther than one, and very successful there. And that is a huge boost to Middle Creek in the second half, extending their lead to 4. Good pressure from Koviak leads to Moncrief with the ball. He's going to fire, and it's blocked by Tyler Young. And Greg Smith now. He's going to put it out, and it's going to be a throw-in for Middle Creek. Ivan Sanchez now. Williams outside the box. He's got his back to the defense. He drops it to France. The referee got in the way a little bit. It's going to change the possession, but it's given right to Tyler Koviak outside the box. He puts a left foot on it. Saved by Nansteel, but Colin Price is in the box there. And it's back to Ivan Sanchez.
Dangerous ball handling by Corinth's goalie there as he almost let up a goal.
Definitely. Instead, he tries to make a run on the left-hand side. It's blocked away. Instead, he's fighting for it back, and he will get it. But Nansteel will end up with the ball.
Yeah, City playing out of position there. Great offensive effort from him to move probably about 40 yards out of position up the field to try to extend the Mustang lead once again.
Definitely, and Tucker Instetti, he's a junior now, but his 3rd year on varsity playing in that left back role. He's known for his offensive kind of mindset and Just a lot of physicality from him, and that really showed it there. But a foul for Middle Creek on Colin Price. Corinth trying to get something going, but there's really no one on the offensive end in their way. Garmanowski with a good pass, but it's taken away by Jack Moncrief. Josh France has it now. Tyler Kovaciac's making a run, along with Ivan Sanchez. He decides Sanchez. And a good takeaway there by Corinth, and now a give and go. But a slide tackle from Josh France leads to Corinth possession of the ball. David Edge in the middle of the field going up against Jack Hospers. It's taken away by Ivan Sanchez. And a great no-look pass from Jack Hospers to Moncrief. He had Price on the left. He decided against it. Middle Creek's just going to slow it down as Castaneda finds Sanchez on the right-hand side, and that's a great touch there by Sanchez. He puts in a great cross. Williams is brought down in the box, but no calls given. It's kept in, and now Tucker Unsteady has it. He's going to fire. And that one's going to be wide.
Last goal by Middle Creek was number 2, Anthony Zavala Castaneda.
32.5 minutes remaining in this second half for Middle Creek. And I think we can all come to a consensus that the second half has looked a lot stronger for Middle Creek. I think not only have they worn down Corinth, obviously has way less players on their team, but they've just, been a lot safer with their plays, but also kind of opened the ideas of switching the field more, and that's been really successful for the Mustangs.
Yeah, definitely. Like you were mentioning in the beginning of the broadcast, as the Mustangs were playing them more conservative and passing the ball around, making the smarter decisions as compared to last year and the year before. It seemed to work for them early on, but this more aggressive play and more physical play, it seems to be working also. So it's always good that you can have two sets of offenses that both produce goals, and it's a good look for the rest of the season.
Definitely. And another free kick for the Middle Creek, a little deeper. Jack Moncrief's going to be stepping over it. Castaneda wanted to take it, but it will be discussion between Price and Moncrief over who's going to take it. And this one's more in the range of a little right to left bend, or, you never know what's going to come from these underclassmen. These two very successful underclassmen from Middle Creek. Price takes the free kick, tried to go in the top right corner. Made it look very simple with a very good effort, and that's going to be just high and wide. Alvarez going up against a lot of the Middle Creek defenders, Josh France in particular. Can't get by him, so he decides to drop it back. Good step in from Sanchez, and he's going to move it over to Price. He decides against move it up the field and plays it safer, something that Middle Creek has shown a lot of tonight, and has only led to even better situations, as Jack Hospers has it here with a lot of space. Tries to go through to Tyler Kovacic and gets away from him, and it's kind of what I was going back to earlier in the first half. Some of the through balls have been a little too much out of the way from Middle Creek. Most of the goals actually haven't come from the through balls. They've come from set pieces. Obviously the Jack Moncrief scrappy goal off the corner and the free kick from Castaneda. The referee has a flag up. Nothing will be called. Hospers into Chris Williams and just gets away from him. Really good look and pass from Jack Hospers.
Yeah, just as you were saying with the through balls, once Middle Creek does get the through ball and it's successful, they also have struggled with too hard of a touch, which ends up in the goalie's hands, whether it's the goalkeeper now or Phillips, who was playing earlier in the ball game. And Middle Creek could have one or more goals based off, of how many through balls they've had, just like this one to Chris Williams. This will be a goal kick. Excuse me, a corner kick.
A really good touch there from Jack Hospers, almost a no-look pass. Good play, though, by the Corinth defense reading that one. And Jack Hospers will be taking the corner there. Chris Williams, Josh France also looking to be running in the box. But he's just going to drop it over to Tucker and Seti, who rips one, and it's right off the crossbar. It falls back to Jack Moncrief. He drops it off to Koviak, who's going to take a go. It's deflected, but a good reaction from Quincy Nansteel.
And Corinth's goalie definitely has to be a lot faster when getting the ball, trying to prevent goals.
And Nansteel tried to throw that one out. Wasn't the best, but a delay of game as Nseti's shin guard came out, stopped the play.
As we do have time in this ball game, I'd like to read sponsors for another time. A team of board-certified physicians and physical therapists ready to get you back on your feet and back in the game. Carey Orthopedics. We are experts in motion. Cosmetic procedures, general dentistry, and a variety of services. Dr. Bell and Dr. Franklin look forward to meeting you at Signature Family Dentistry. From oil changes to engine replacement, they fix all makes and models. Christian Brothers Automotive.
Good play here from Corinth, and Wyatt Westover with the save, his second of the night. Both have been pretty simple, not too much pressure from Corinth, but he's got his job done, clipped a clean sheet. Williams tries to make a turn, but two Corinth defenders come in on him, but it will be out of bounds.
Yeah, Westover not getting nearly as much action in the box as he was in the first two games against Broughton and Millbrook. As so far he's held a shutout and through a game and a half. Solid job by Westover.
Hospers, France in the middle of the field, and he's going to do a really good job getting that away from Pirate defenders, and it will be a foul.
And definitely constructive ball handling by the Middle Creek, as we see a lot more in the second half.
Hospers has a lot of space, and he goes over to Chris Williams. Over to Tyler Koviak, moving to his left. Koviak tried to get over to Price, but instead he will have to throw in now, as we see a lot of Middle Creek substitutes getting ready.
Koviak not one of the biggest players on this Middle Creek team.
And a beautiful goal there from Middle Creek as Ivan Sanchez is there at the back post from the cross from Tucker and Seti. And that one kind of just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. That's why I started to talk. But great job by Middle Creek offense to produce another goal. Extend their lead to 5-0 with 26 minutes on the dot remaining in this game. Middle Creek looks to, as we can predict, probably will hang on and win. Knock on wood, but great job tonight by the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was just a really well set up play. Tucker and Seti, I don't think anyone was expecting the cross from the left-hand side, but Ivan Sanchez was just waiting there at the back post for a beautiful header.
Yeah, well set up indeed. The goalie, again, was not aware of the goal coming towards him.
And City, once again, as we just said, playing out of position. I think he knows he's trying to run up the score a little bit, playing out of position. But, I mean, who cares now? It's 5-0, ends up in a goal.
Yeah, and that's something you see from the Middle Creek, the way they've been playing is those two fullbacks, which is usually Tucker and Seti and Ivan Sanchez. They kind of play almost in the wing-back position on the offensive, and the wingers playing almost forward positions. That's kind of how they've been playing due to the pace and strength of those fullbacks, and it showed great effects there. And we also did see some substitutions for Middle Creek. We saw Garen Walker and Matthew Chaka come on in the middle of the field, Jordan Green coming on in a right wing, Christian Mendiola in a left wing position. So 4 substitutes for Middle Creek. And Ivan Sanchez chasing this ball in the right-hand corner, but it will get away from him. Matthew Gani also on the field. "24.5 minutes for those of you watching at home. And those of you joining in, a 5-0 lead for Middle Creek. We just saw a beautiful goal in a link-up between Tucker and Seti and Ivan Sanchez. Here's Garen Walker getting to go at it from middle of the field, but it's not going to be anything special. As Quincy Nansdale's going to pick that one up. This one's given away, and Josh Lowry easily picks it up. Sanchez, a beautiful cut. Now Ganiu. Cheka back to Ganiu. Matthews linking up. A good ball roll from Ganiu, and he makes a cut into the box. He's bodying off all the Corinth defenders, and he was definitely held. He was looking for a call, but nothing was given. And I think that's something you see a lot for Matthew Ganiu is he gets tugged on by a lot of these players. He's so big, though, and so strong that he doesn't get brought down, so the referees don't see it as much of a foul.
Yeah.
So while he is getting tugged on, they don't call it.
Yeah, just as I was about to say before, that Ganiu's just by far the biggest player on the field. And with size, he has some speed to him, and you got to do what you got to do to take down the big body down the middle. And he got through the defense, was held a little bit, no call. Probably not going to get that call at this point in the game with Middle Creek leading 5-0. But it was a great effort by Ganiu.
Definitely, and that's just something I've seen in all my years as a previous Middle Creek soccer player at the JV levels. Matthew Ganiu always was frustrated with things like that, but he is so good that everyone is just trying to take him down because people know he can just shoot from anywhere. And you guys will see that throughout the season. He has a boot and can score from anywhere on this field. Zach Chaplin in the box. He takes down the defender, Ryan Jermonski. But that was a really good setup there. If that wasn't a foul, he had a good go on net. Bad play there from Blaine Williams. Jordan Green has the ball. Ivan Sanchez steps in, and Matthew Ganiu. Simple passing here from Middle Creek as Garen Walker has it. He makes a nice cut, but it's lost. Ganiu going up against Christian Alvarez on the ball. And he dekes away 2 Middle Creek defenders, and they have a go here. Ganiu getting back on defense, so a really good job there. But here's a break. A foul will be called against Middle Creek, but it was almost as if Corinth didn't want the call to come in, as David Edge had a really good opening on the left-hand side, but it's going to be cut short.
Looks like Middle Creek may make a substitution. I believe they will probably wait till the next dead ball.
Yeah, 4 Mustangs ready to come into the game. But as it is a stoppage on the field, there won't be substitutes able to come on here. David Edge stepping over the ball. He's at around the 35 yards, and that goes straight into the Middle Creek wall. He drops it over to Zavaleta, but it's put away.
And Middle Creek had a great, strong defensive block there.
4 Middle Creek substitutes on. Jackson Klein, Jackson Cornelison, Kyle Mitchell, and Ryder Hack. And that's going to just be a defensive swap as 4 defenders coming on for the 4 defenders. Entire new back line for Middle Creek trying to keep up the clean sheet. They were successful at Corinth last week, and they're going to try to do that again tonight. Same score line as last week, but we still have 20 minutes to go here in this battle.
Yeah, this back line that came in the final, I believe it was 7 minutes of the first half, they played solid, didn't let up a goal, kept the ball out of their zone, and kept up the offensive pressure.
Definitely, and Middle Creek with a great chance here as Zach Chaplin almost got there. He still has possession of it. He's going to fire, but it's going to be blocked, and it's going to be a corner for Middle Creek. Great effort from Zach Chaplin, not quitting on the play after he lost possession of the ball.
Now for this small break in the action, I'd like to read a couple sponsors. Learn about agriculture, hop on some rides, and enjoy amazing food. The North Carolina State Fair going from October 17th to October 27th. Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts with Dick's Sporting Goods.
Thank you, Harrison, there, as we got the substitution advertisement as 4 Corinth players will be heading onto the field. None of them in the defensive role. They're trying to stick with that same back line that's already ready for the box from this corner that's going to be coming from Jordan Green.
Middle Creek all night's been doing a great job of limiting Corinth Holders' biggest offensive threats in Zavaleta and Alvarez, along with Edge. They've been doing a great job of taking the ball away from them and, in return, putting the ball in the back of their net.
Yeah, and that was a great opportunity there. A great cross from Jordan Green. He was able to find Matthew Ganiu, but the header was just wide. Middle Creek back with possession of it. Jordan Green on the right-hand side. He cuts to the outside, and he has speed. One of the fastest players on this Middle Creek team. And it drops back to Ryder Hack. Chaka with the middle of the field. He's going to take a go, but it is blocked. And now Garen Walker. It's deflected, and it's right there to Zach Chaplin in front of the box, and he's going to fire that one in the back of the net. Some bad communication from the Corinth defense leads to a great strike from Zach Chaplin. And the junior adds on to the total, 6-0 to Middle Creek.
A great job by the 3-year varsity player, Zach Chaplin. As you mentioned, he has one of the best throw-ins in the state, I believe. Great job by Ryder Hack to keep that ball in their zone and set up the goal for Zach Chaplin.
Definitely. You saw Ryder Hack making some clean passes there. A deep strike was attempted by Matthew Chaka, but actually the deflection from that led to just miscommunication in the box from the Pirates, and Zach Chaplin, almost like the Chris Williams goal earlier in the game, back to the defense, cuts to his left, and just fires in the back of the net. The goalkeeper definitely was out of position, and Chaplin took advantage of that.
Yeah, with a miscommunication. Looked like the Corinth Holders were sort of in the area blocking the goalie's view of the ball. So
Definitely. And that goal makes it 6-0 to Middle Creek, so already more goals than they had last week at Corinth. But still 17.5 minutes to go in this game. Good play by Jordan Green and Ryder Hack there. And they're going to just drop it back. Middle Creek doesn't need to, while they want to score more goals, there's no need to, force too much on the offense. They want to make sure they can keep this clean sheet. Coach Norsey, that's one of the things he's been really emphasizing is just quality defense from Middle Creek, and they've really shown that. They've only given up 3 goals heading into this game and including this game on the season. So less than a 1 goal per game ratio if they can finish off the clean sheet tonight.
As the fans start to fill into the stadium awaiting of course, this game and the JV football game playing on a Wednesday today due to the Hurricane Dorian coming in. Varsity's game still undecided if they will play on Friday or not as scheduled. They are supposed to, but weather permitting, they will play on Monday if the weather does not hold up. And make sure to come out and support your Mustangs at Wake Forest High School on Monday.
Definitely, everyone's trying to stay safe from that hurricane. Luckily, Corinth right there was safe from a Matthew Chaka deep shot. That one was just over the bar moments ago. Little trip up there from Zach Chaplin trying to get the ball. As Middle Creek is going to have a throw-in in some great territory. Jordan Green will be on it. He's got Chaplin to his right and Chaka to his left. He's just going to play it to Matthew Ganiu wide open in the middle of the field. He's got Corinth Holders, defenders all around him. So he gives it off to Garen Walker. Now to Mendiola. He has space. He fires, but it's blocked. Mendiola gets it right back, though. Great effort from him. He has more space, and he's going to just dribble around everyone. Good pressure from Ryder Hack. And Corinth has numbers on the left. Zavaleta has it, but it is easily and quickly taken away from Middle Creek. Zavaleta tried to chip it over Green. And the ball is still in play.
That's great pressure by Ryder Hack earlier in that Corinth possession. Great hustle on defense, and last year on the JV level was one of the JV's best defensive weapons. He had some goals later in the year too that contributed to their win total.
Definitely. A great roulette there for Matthew Ganiu, and he's got the crowd going after that one. One of the best skills we've seen all season. Corinth back with possession of the ball, but a good tackle from Jordan Green. And it will be Corinth possession. Just under 15 minutes to go left in this game. Middle Creek 6-0 lead. And we've seen a variety of players on the goal scoring sheet tonight. Zavaleta is unsuccessful in his attempt to chip it over Jordan Green. As a substitution for Middle Creek, as we will see Kevin Ortega, Darius McKenzie, Ricardo Flores coming on the field. Coming off will be Zach Chaplin, Jordan Green, and Christian Mendiola. So still a very strong squad out for the Mustangs, but definitely, you know, not the players you're going to see starting. The only player that started this game on the field is the goalkeeper, Wyatt Westover.
Yeah, like you were saying, there's no starters on the field. It's a great opportunity to get these younger players some experience at the varsity level, especially like Darius McKenzie's first year playing soccer at Middle Creek. We saw when he first got subbed in earlier in the game, he had a great offensive pressure down by the goalie. Almost led to a goal, but I believe the shot was wide left.
Most definitely. And here's McKenzie over the ball. You just have to watch out for his pace on the field. That's, you know, that's what he's bringing to this Middle Creek squad. You know, that's what Coach Norsey wants out of him, playing in that winger role. And he showed that really early on in the game. Foul is called. Will be Corinth ball. They try to move it up to Mark Giergis. Jackson Klein will drop it over to Jackson Cornelison, but it's going to be a break for Corinth here. And actually the ball's going to deflect off the post, and Corinth's going to capitalize. It's going to be in the back of the net by Joseph Norman. And a really odd occurrence of events there, as you see the ball was lost from the Middle Creek defense, and then it, you know, bounced off of a Corinth player off of the post. Norman was able to beat the Middle Creek defense to the ball, and he just slides it under Westover. Mustangs will lose the clean sheet, and while the game is still much in their hands, you can see a lot of disappointment on the bench, on the field, and in the crowd. You know, they really wanted that clean sheet.
Yeah, most definitely. We saw the goalie tried his absolute hardest to not have that ball go in there. You saw him, you know, lie down on the floor, extend his whole body, try to get the ball, but just was not able to do it.
Middle Creek's definitely going to want to go after that one, try to extend their lead. They want to win this game more than they did last week. It was a score of 5. That's what we got right now. Here's Ricardo Perez. Ricardo Flores. He's going to be taken down, and it will be a foul.
Now, Middle Creek last season, they didn't have that bad of a conference record. Their win total was 5-14-2, I believe. All 5 wins coming in conference play. They lost 7 of those. They lost 7. They're not. I wouldn't be satisfied if I was them, but I sense that this squad is going to be better fit for conference play with tough teams. They got to play like Holly Springs on the schedule, and I believe this team is one of the better teams out of the last 3.
Yeah, over the past 3 years, I think this is one of the strongest teams we've seen. You know, an abundance amount of seniors on the squad, all who usually are in the starting lineup, and they are going to have a lot of confidence heading into conference play. You know, they're going to be starting their season in conference play against one of the weaker teams, South Garner, at home. So they definitely want to win that one. And here's a good break. And it's a great save from Quincy Nansteel as Ricardo Flores is unable to capitalize. A really good ball from Matthew Ganiu. But it will be a corner kick still for the Mustangs. And that was a really good opportunity.
Yeah, it was just over the goalpost.
Yeah, Flores was looking for some of that finesse to the right-hand post. Nansteel was able to read it. A little bit of height on it. Really, actually, a great placed ball, but it's going to be a save. And Matthew Chaykin now with the corners. We head into our final 10 minutes of this game. It's a pretty deep corner. Jackson Klein trying to get on the left side of the field. And he's going to meg one of the defenders. And this is great play from Middle Creek. Matthew Ganiu. And no fouls called. A little bit of miscommunication, and we have a player down on the field, Kevin Ortega. He is going to be back up. Okay.
Now, the way the ball came off the foot, I wonder if he had gotten kicked. Unusual, but he popped right back up and ready to play for the Mustangs.
Yep. Corinth is able to get the corner out from Darius McKenzie, but Middle Creek will have the throw-in. Klein gets it in quick to Flores. And a foul will be called. Flores looking in some pain. And Jackson Klein will be taking this free kick in a cross situation here. It's hit low, and it's a good save from Nansteel, and actually a really good shot attempt there from Jackson Klein. He was trying to get on the score sheet.
Yeah, definitely one of the greater saves of today for Corinth.
Definitely. Nansteel, since his, couple mistakes we saw, has actually had two really good saves. Garen Walker wasn't able to complete that pass there. Kyle Mitchell trying to get that one, and Gani makes a nice play here. Now Walker. A little bit of scrappy play from both teams. They both need to slow it down, and Ryder Hack does just that as he finds Matthew Chaka. There's Chaka. Tries to go through to Darius McKenzie. He's got some speed. It's going to be cleared out by Carter Stoke. Here's the throw in by Chaka. There will be a substitution as Anthony Castaneda will be replacing Garen Walker, who sprints off the field. Castaneda coming in a midfield role, it looks like. We've seen a lot from him at defense. And he's going to be looking to play the attacking midfield role here. Castaneda with probably the best goal we've seen tonight. And we will be seeing a change at goalkeeper as Garen Walker comes from the midfield into goalie. And Wyatt Westover is going to probably be coming off for the rest of the night. A good effort tonight from Wyatt Westover. An unlucky goal from Corinth, but we saw, only one goal given up. Not too bad for him tonight.
Yeah, it's only his fourth goal given up, and so
Just off the goalpost.
Yeah, Castaneda with almost his second goal there as that one hit the post. And Flores wasn't able to put that one in the back of the net. Castaneda over the ball again. And Corinth just decides to clear it. But there's going to be a little bit of chippy talk here from the players as Michael Edge is going to be talking to from the referee. And it's going to be a free kick in favor of the Mustangs.
yeah, tensions. I would expect that you would be rising. I believe he's being given a yellow card. I believe the referee just hold up. I believe he's being asked to go to the sideline. For those of you at home, there's 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the match. Middle Creek up with the score 6-1.
Yeah, and after the yellow card, Michael Edge has to get taken off the field for the time being. But I think it was a little just more than that. He might have been saying some words to the ref that he did not enjoy, as there is excessive communication here between the coach, the ref, and Edge. And, you don't want him seeing reach to his back pocket again and see a red card.
Yeah, as the official is talking to the coach now, probably explaining what was going on. Of course, none of us know what was said or what was done on the field. Tensions rising as they've been outscored by this Middle Creek team 11-1 in these past two games. And no matter the sport, no matter what team you're on, nobody likes losing, and especially by that much of a deficit in two back-to-back games.
Definitely, and it's something you see all over the sports world. When a team is down a lot, they're going to just try to get in the other team's head. They don't know what else to do because they can't come back in a game, so they just want to, get the other team down on themselves. But that one just backfired on Michael Edge getting a yellow card, and it really helps Middle Creek as they have a great opportunity for a free kick, especially with Matthew Ganiu standing over the ball.
Yeah, Michael Edge being taken out of the ball game, which you'd probably expect for the remainder of the game. Takes out, once again, another weapon for the Pirates offense, as he was one of their leading goal scorers last year with 7.
And this is a really close free kick from Gani. Not only that, but there's only a two-man wall. He fires, it is blocked. It's getting chippy in the box as Jackson Klein has it. An attempted slide tackle there from Kevin Ortega. Middle Creek will get the ball back though as Matthew Cheka drops it back to Kyle Mitchell. Darius McKenzie with some pressure there. And offsides will be called as Ricardo Flores was offsides, but really good pressure from Darius McKenzie. And that's like one thing I've been really impressed with tonight. He is just, right when he came on the game, you know, put Corinth in a tough position, which ended up leading to a goal seconds later. And he does that again. So, you know, Darius McKenzie, a guy to watch off on the bench. And like you said earlier, as a first-year player, he is just showing some really good potential.
Yeah, I've known Darius for a while now. I went to middle school with him. I don't believe he played his 7th grade year. I believe he tried out in 8th grade. I'm not sure if he made it or not. Can't confirm on that. But for him to come out dropping football for soccer, he's obviously shown great hustle and been one of Middle Creek's greatest weapons coming off the bench, creating multiple attempts for Middle Creek.
Matthew Ganiu and Castaneda trying to body off Corinth, but they're going to get some movement up the field into Mustang territory. Not much we've seen tonight. Jackson Corneliuson cuts that off really well, though. And now Middle Creek has a lot of numbers as Kevin Ortega's got Flores to the right, Cheka to the left, and McKenzie up top. He goes over the top to Ricardo Flores. It's going to be a battle of the ball, and the goalkeeper comes away with it. Great play by Quincy Nansteel.
Great job by the Mustangs clearing the ball out of the area and getting the ball to the other side of the field.
Definitely. Now Ortega in the middle of the field. Excuse me, Castaneda. Now Cheka, he's got a lot of space. He's got Hack to his right. That's what he will choose. Ryder Hack puts in a beautiful cross, and it just gets over the defenders, but Ortega now chasing it down. Oh, he dekes 2 defenders and puts in a Panenka cross.
Darius McKenzie once again near the ball, creating pressure, disrupting the goalie as no goal resulted, but you'd love to see that great pressure by McKenzie.
Definitely, and we head into our final 4 minutes of this game. Middle Creek has just looked, you know, there's really been no scares for Corinth other than the goal, which I think was just kind of like a quick action play. Nothing to really expect. It was bad bounces on both sides of the ball, and actually it was a really good attempt from Westover to stop it, but they just went right under him. But, you know, like I said, it just really hasn't been a struggle for Middle Creek at all tonight. You know, as a Mustang fan, parent, it's just been fun to watch.
Yeah, as we got some time here, this is the last sponsor reading of the night. We want to thank all of our sponsors tonight for the Stampede Club. As a team of broad-certified physicians and physical therapists ready to get you back on your feet and back in the game. Carey Orthopedics. We are experts in the motion. Cosmetic procedures, general dentistry, and a variety of services. Dr. Bell and Dr. Franklin look forward to meeting you at Signature Family Dentistry. From oil changes to engine replacement, they fix all makes and models. Christian Brothers Automotive. Once again, love to thank all of our Middle Creek sponsors for tonight's broadcast, and thank you guys for all that you do.
Offsides there for Middle Creek as the game has kind of just died down in these final minutes. Just hasn't been as action-packed as we saw in the middle of the game, but we saw a good save there from Garen Walker. As a really deep strike from Corinth that wasn't expected.
Now the goaltender, Wyatt Westover, is going to be checked in for, looks like Darius McKenzie in a forward position.
Yeah, Matthew Cheka came off there, and Wyatt Westover, you can see the players were really excited to see him on the field. I don't think he's seen the field like this in a long time, and they're going to try to feed him the ball. Here's Wyatt. He's just going to take a strike. Everyone's enjoying it on the bench, and it was a really good go. Just a little wide there. And the Mustangs are going to have a good time to finish off this game. You know, whenever you see a guy on the field that is not used to being there, you're going to want to supply him the ball, especially in games like this. 6-1 lead for Middle Creek. Here's Castaneda. He's going to fire, and and Westover with the rebound, and he just goes over the goal. And a very good stave by Nansteel on the original shot from Castaneda. But Westover, the ball was a little too high for him in the air, and he just skied it over the goal. You can see on the replay here. Goes off the crossbar, and Westover skies it over on the rebound, but
yeah, Westover, appears to be one of the favorite teammates. It's always nice to see a non-field position player like Westover being a goalkeeper. As here it goes again.
And he is so close. The ball's back to him, and offsides is called. Wyatt Westover, a beautiful volley. As we see a replay here, it bounces right to Westover. The volley right off the crossbar, and then offsides is going to be called as Ricardo Flores gets the ball. Thank you to Gabe Mendez there on the replay. Very good job there.
Definitely all great last-minute shots by the Mustangs made in these final seconds.
And all the Mustangs players hoping to get the ball back up the field to Westover. A great tackle there by Ortega. Now Castaneda. They feed Westover again. He's in the box. Oh, and it's just high. And I don't think we've seen a supply like this to one player all tonight, but it's been successful. You know, Middle Creek's, like, even though they may be just trying to feed their goalkeeper, they've played really good soccer right here as we head into our final 10 seconds of the game.
Yeah, Westover in his second year playing Middle Creek soccer. He was at Fuquay his freshman year. Did not play his freshman year at Fuquay, as this will conclude the ball game.
A very good game from Middle Creek, a 6-1 win, topping off the 5-1 win from last week. So they win the doubleheader against Corinth Holders. 6-1 tonight. It's been great. We saw 6 goals from 6 different goal scorers. Corinth tapping one in at the end, but a really good game from Middle Creek and a great broadcast from all at the Sports Block. And we will be here to see you guys in the near future for football. Thank you all the viewers tonight. We'll see you again soon.